So have you seen this model, life without context variable? So now we can see, in case if we don't have context variable, what will be happen? So we have seen how we can call the Apex class from trigger, right? By doing pulsar bike code. Give me a minute.
Yes, sir.
So it is saving means now there is a trigger in this. So trigger is calling Apex. Because of that reason, it is working. So 2000 discount they're getting it, right? So going back to developer console, here just open triggers. How many triggers we have? Percent discount trigger we have. Just open. See here. In this trigger we have only before insert event we have and person demonstration class apply discount function name and trigger.new. So we have seen what is trigger.new and what is a trigger.volt. So what is the difference between trigger.new and trigger.volt? Any idea?
Before we are applying for that, we call as a new, the old.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So trigger.new in the sense nothing but whichever getting a trigger, whichever we are getting the result by which trigger got called. That means here if we go to our code, so because of this trigger here there is a logic, right?
before.
So list of a subject will be calling here. So those things will be
Mhm.
because of trigger here they'll be getting saved, and
Okay.
trigger.new will be applicable only for before insert,
Before. Yes.
because before insert means till that time there won't be any value. So for before insert, we should not have trigger.volt. We already discussed by giving few scenarios. See here, did you remember? So in
Yes,
case
sir.
if it is new record and you are entering Harry age with 20 years and city with New York, so that time there will not be trigger.volt data.
There is bounded. Yeah.
If you update, then we'll be getting trigger.volt.
Yes.
So now we have some idea, right?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the our context variable scenario. So here, okay, instead of this class, we'll make one more class. Okay. In this, we are saying without context variable, how can we call trigger? Sorry, class from trigger. In trigger, we have four events and there are four functions. Okay. If you go to real time scenario, see here. Here we have only one event and only one
Information.
function. So that is the
Mm.
reason it is getting called. So here no confusion, right? So in
Mhm.
case if we have four events on same object and four functions, for every function they gave like this. So first function, see, this is the function. and this is the class name. Okay, so context variable demo will give. Okay, so there should not be space in that. Okay, I just copy. Yes, now it's coming. So here class name and function name they are mentioning here. So for first function, for this function they are giving condition like this: system.debug function a got called. System.debug function b get called, or b got called. System.debug function c got called, function d got called. See here they gave few scenarios: code send SMS, call this code only when record is about to get inserted. So
About the
yes,
concept.
about to
Okay.
get inserted. So here, if you go like this with all the events, what will be happen? While coming to the before insert, all the functions will get called
Yes.
normally. But in class, they are giving few conditions like this. So now by using context variable, how can we get the result? Okay, let me show it in live.
I think
Create
before
a
insert.
new.
So context variable.
Okay, now I got public class context variable. Okay, this. Now I'm saving this. Okay, so from class we are calling this trigger, right? So
Mhm.
in pulsar discount demonstration, I'm changing the trigger like this. I'm changing 1 minute. See here, we can see it's missing before. Yes, here. Okay.
Yeah, bracket is open.
So now we saved this function. If I go to system.debug now, oh, we called through anonymous window. Okay. So now tell me, if I want to get only this function get called in context variable, what are the changes we have to do?
You can put before insert.
Okay. See here. Call this code only when record is about to get inserted. So that time what should be happen? Function A got called. It
Mm-hmm.
has to show. So now here, here what we gave for insert.
Is update. Okay. Is insert.
For is insert, what we give, if trigger dot is insert double equal to true and trigger dot is
True.
before double equal to true, then first thing should be
Before.
happen.
Before the
So
result.
for better understanding, you can go like this here.
Okay. Before insert. Okay.
So for before insert, you can go here like this. So now we have trigger.new. So instead of giving context variable lightly like this, we can go with if trigger dot is before double equal to true, double and trigger dot inside double equal to true. Then context variable demo dot function a has to get called. So now I'm just pasting this. Okay, so now I'm coming back to class here. So it is showing that about to get inserted. So about to get inserted, we have used this context variable, like uh, about to get inserted in the sense we can go like this before insert. So for before insert, what are the context variable we can use? See like this:
Trigger dot.
trigger dot is before double equal to true, double and trigger dot is inside double equal to true, then use flower bracket. In that we can use function name and what is this? This is function name, and this one
Class name.
class name. Exactly same class. Here you can see. See class name.
Yes.
Got it. So
Yes.
now we can see how it will get called. This is execute last. Okay. Open on this window. Okay. Line one. No. No trigger. It is not taking it. Okay. So I'll show you this one for result how system in system.debug will come. So come back to our second event. What is the second event?
Before update.
Okay, before update. So for before insert, we have used this context variable to call this function A, right? So function
Mm.
B, we are asking about to get updated. So when it is about to get updated, function B has to get called. Okay. So
B
now,
after.
yeah, here, what is the context variable we can give? They're asking about to get updated.
Okay.
That means here we can go with before update. If it is before update, if it is before update, what is the context variable we can give?
Is update.
Okay, is
No.
update for what?
Is update for.
That's true. But see here, okay, I'll explain one more thing about events. Okay, so in this we have two things. One is for is before and is insert. Same way,
Yeah,
for before update
true.
also we should go with trigger dot is before double equal to true, and trigger dot is update double equal to true. Then
Yeah.
function B has to get called. So
Okay. If trigger dot
function B, and here is before.
is
Okay, here
is after
why is after
update.
will come?
Update.
Is update. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So third one, just read this. Call this code only when record is already inserted. Already inserted means
After
after insert. Yes, you're on track now. See, for after insert event, how can we use context variable?
mm,
You can correct only for after
is a
insert. Okay, this one you did right. So now for after insert, how can you do it?
mm, uh, is a
Yes,
is after
yes,
is after
is after. Yes,
is update.
correct. No, no, it is insert. See here, it's
Okay.
already inserted. So after
Inserted.
insert. So
After
here,
insert.
instead of is update, we'll go with is
Is
insert.
insert.
So then function C will get called. And now last one.
If
Call this code only when record is already updated. So that means
after update.
yes, see here, event after update.
After update.
So now tell me the context variable for after
Mm,
update. What is the context variable?
text. Uh, After update.
That's what for after update. What is the context variable?
Mm, is update.
No, no. See first line. See
And
first line. This is for after insert.
after insert.
And now we need to have after update. So how can we give context variable here?
Mm,
Here, how did you say that trigger dot is after? Because here we saying after insert.
after insert.
So same thing here. Give is after for after update also.
After update.
And instead of insert, you can give update.
Update. Update. Update. Is update.
That's it. Now it got saved. So now we can see how these things will be called. So before that, here you may getting some confusion, right? Why is
Yes.
after is update and all. So now we can see that why it is happening. I mean, why you are getting confusion. We'll clarify that. So now we have done with context variable. See, without context variable, what will happen? All the functions will get called if you are not using it.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
because of context variable, whichever function you are asking by client, I mean, you are asking in the class, those class only will get called. I mean, those functions only will be getting called by trigger. So here you can see best practices. Can we write
Right.
logic or business process in trigger directly?
No.
See what
We
here
can write in
in
class.
so this is the trigger. This is the trigger. Okay, this is the trigger, and this is the class. But all the business logic. we have written in class, not in trigger. We can write in trigger, but that is not best practice because we are calling the class from the trigger, right? So that is the reason we are not calling, but we can do it in business logic in trigger also, but we will not, we should not do, because that is not best practice. See here, as per Salesforce best practice, trigger is supposed to do only redirection. Got it? It will just catch the criteria and it send it to class. They won't do anything. And if we skip Apex class and write entire business logic in trigger, then the concept of test class constraint we cannot apply on our code. Test class means that is our future topic. Once we understood the events, then we very next class will be test class. I mean, how this class will be. Now we have done this run, right? This code, right? We can see, we can do by testing how it is working or not. So we'll see now. So if you do the logic directly in trigger while we are doing test class, we'll be getting some errors. So that is the reason we won't do anything. We won't write any logics in triggers.
Okay.
So can we have multiple class connected with the trigger? Yes, we can.
See,
So for
yes.
example, now with this trigger,
Cool.
with this trigger, we have context variable demo and pulsar demonstration, right? Two classes we are having in same trigger. We are calling two classes from same trigger. Trigger name is only one trigger name, but classes we have two classes.
Mm-hmm.
So we can call multiple classes by one trigger.
Yes.
Here we can see what is the best practice we follow in our project, or else what is the best Apex practice, what are the trigger best practice. These all are interview questionnaire. You can go with this. One object must have only one trigger.
Trigger
For
must
object, one
have.
trigger. If you have only one trigger, you will be having many classes on per object. But if you have more triggers, that may direct it to you with some errors in real-time scenarios. Trigger must have handler classes or Apex classes or helper classes. That means each and every trigger should have one Apex class. See here, at least one Apex
Mm-hmm.
class we have. Now this is a trigger, this is a class.
Mm-hmm.
So we are calling this class from trigger.
Yes.
Trigger needs to be less logic. So that's what we have discussed now. Trigger must be written with the help of context variable. Earlier we haven't tried this. Today we have tried
Yes.
this. And trigger must be bulkified. This is our future topic. Once after completion of the test class, we can do it. How to do it bulkified. So hereafter, never use any trigger without context variable. Context variable. So now whichever we have done in triggers,
Okay. Easy for example.
is insert, is update. So now we can see how to decide what is in, is insert, what is before, etc. So always use one trigger per object. Write test class. This is future topic, and write bulkified trigger. This is a future topic. So now we can see the events in triggers. So if you go with this trigger, in this, what is the event? Okay, first tell me in this trigger, what did you understand?
Trigger. Trigger.
Okay, trigger, this is
Material.
a trigger name, and this is
Object.
object,
Trigger.
and this
Object.
is,
For insert. Like new
oh no, what we can,
event.
yes,
Event.
exactly, event.
Event.
Okay, event, and this is context variable, and this is related to event. See here, is
This
before
one.
and is insert, and you don't get confused here. Sometimes they'll go with trigger dot is insert, later they'll enter is before. Result will
Oh.
give same result, no issue on that.
Mm.
But for your better understanding, for before insert, I gave is before here and is insert here.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
So don't get confused.
Got
If it is insert also, it will give same result. Okay. So here you understood, right? This is event, and this is trigger dot new, which we are getting value by which trigger got called. And see here, this is also event. So now coming to the events, we'll be having two groups in events. One is for
it. Before.
before and after, and another group for insert, update,
Okay.
delete, upset, and delete merge.
Upset. Okay.
This is also our future topic. And undelete rarely we can use.
Yeah.
Maximum we will not use in real time scenarios. And merge, this is also our future topic. Not famous, very very rarely we can use. So merge in the sense, we have done merge fields in workflow rules. So same like that we can do merge some values. When you are combining records in Salesforce, at that time merge operations trigger will be called. This is also our future topic. One by one we can do it. And generally we merge stand object records, but rare cases. Okay, so here just see these two groups.
Before.
Whenever we are deciding any event, so just remember these two groups. Either first we need to give is, not is before is after. First before or after. Next insert, update, delete, upset, and delete will be getting it. See here. If you see event before insert we are getting. So first one group A before, and again group B insert.
Before.
And if you take another one in this, see, even first one before and next one update. So group B we have update, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, update.
Insert update unit.
So I'll give this mail content to you. Don't get confused. Before you are doing practicing, just go through these videos and then start doing practicing. Then you'll not be having any confusion. Okay.
Okay.
So just remember these two groups. For any event, there will be two groups. One is for, in group A you'll be having two, and group B you'll be having only
Four.
four. But
Most.
mostly
We
we'll be
have
having six. But in real time scenarios, maximum we are using these four.
four. Upset.
Okay.
Okay.
Now when we can use insert, we can see only works for insert this line. So in this line, only work for insert means before insert we are using it. In this object, got
Mm-hmm.
it? So in this object before insert we are giving, it works only for
Yes.
insert, and works for insert update both this trigger. Even we have
Before.
changed same trigger. We have changed the event. So before insert, before update we gave. So now
Mm-hmm.
tell me, if I gave before insert and before update in the event, what are the context variable I should have? We should have two context variables.
Yes.
So can you tell me first context variable for this event?
Is insert.
Okay. Tell me the full line. If trigger dot is insert double equal to true, double and
Double.
okay, I'll
And
write here. Okay. Tell me.
is trigger dot is before double equal to true double line
Next.
trigger
Yes.
dot is insert double equal
So
to no
yeah, double equal to true.
it is true brackets
So this
open
context variable related to this event.
is insert yeah
And in case if it is second event, what could be the context variable. We'll just
Is
change here
after
is update.
update.
Got it?
Yes,
So
sir.
here we'll get exact values. That means you will not be finding any errors by using context variable. So whichever you are giving context variable, same class only will get called by trigger, not all the functions. Okay.
Okay.
So now how to decide the combination? Combination in the sense here we said right before insert, after insert. So those things we
Yes.
can discuss how to we decide. Keep in mind this sentence before or after record is inserted or updated to database. Just see this.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Before correct.
Here before record is inserted, just take first one in this two. Take first one before record is inserted or inserted to database. Perform some logic. That means we'll take before and insert. Before insert we'll take it.
Next after and update.
So same after record is updated inserted to database, then we'll take
Yes.
after insert. And again, if it is updated before update we'll take it. And in case if it is updating after record updating, we'll take after update. Just
Okay.
follow this logic. Once you understood this logic, then you can decide event easily.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the reason I was telling one by one. So once first we have learned class, but after that not we learn how to use the class. Again we came to triggers. In trigger we came to context variable. In context variable we are seeing how to decide the combination.
Okay.
Okay. Advanced category explanation coming shortly. That means we'll take it in next class. So when to use before and when to use after in trigger. So this is important. So whenever we decide what is event before or inside, we can see here. If someone asks you this question, explain below answer. It was just basic level explanation, which will be very understandable. So before event, we are using 90% of business requirement for before event, for before trigger. When any record is inserted or updated into Salesforce and due to them trigger got activated, and if you want to make changes in only those records, then we
Okay.
can go for before. So for example here I am taking this trigger and saving here. So I'm calling this trigger from this class. This class from this trigger. Okay. So before insert I gave and student status class. No, this should not be the case. Sorry, sir. This one I should insert. Sorry.
This is the student.
Yes, yes. So here class name, class name, function name, function name. Okay. So here what we are doing, we just created one record and this trigger result has to shown only in this record. So on same record only it
Oh,
is working. So that is the reason we are going for before event.
Yes.
So before insert. When any record is inserted or updated in Salesforce and due to them trigger got activated, and if you want to make changes in only those records, I mean only in this record. If you want to do changes only in this regard, then we'll go with before event, and
Mm.
90% will go with only before events in real time scenarios.
Okay.
Example, you can do all these things while you are doing this one, but we haven't doing in training purpose. If any insurance policy is pursued by female, and
Mm.
if it is a female purchasing the policy, they are giving straight away 5% discount. If that is the case, can we go before update or after update? We can go with before update only. So she is going to purchase right now,
Yes.
so that time we'll go with before event. And now coming to after scenario. So this is comparatively used rarely and mostly covers 10% business requirements only. So if you see in real-time scenarios, you can search any YouTube or any websites. Maximum we can see before events only. This is for your
Okay.
understanding. Once after completion of this class, you can go with a few real-time scenarios. Or else,
Okay.
whichever I gave trigger best practices, and you can start work on it those triggers. Then you can understand. When
Sure.
any record is inserted or updated in Salesforce, due to which trigger got called, that means till here, till here you understood this line. Due to which
Yes, sir.
trigger got called, and if you do not want to work on those records here, because of trigger, you don't want
Yes, sir.
to get any result here, and because of this record, another record will be getting affected. So we'll see those records, and you want to work on some other records, same object or different object, whatever. Then we'll go for object. Sorry, after event. Understood, Vijay? This one.
Yes, sir. But last line.
Okay. Here we'll discuss. For example, there is a object called as policy sold.
Okay.
Okay. In that, there are so many fields like policy holder name,
Policy
age,
number.
premium, and policy premium paid, paid
Term.
status. Okay, etc. etc. And this object related to first object, this object. See here, one female is purchasing the policy, then they'll be getting 5% discount, right?
Before. Yeah.
Before. So here, because of that particular record, policy premium paid record has been created. I mean, field has been done in one
Mm-hmm.
record. Policy premium paid, it is done. Paid status, it is showing paid. So that first premium entry will be created automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So here, when once you paid, status will be confirmed. Yes, okay. Then premium amount will be there here.
Mm-hmm.
Premium amount automatically it has to come, whichever he paid.
Okay.
So here they are not paying, they are not entering anything because of this trigger. Because of in trigger they are mentioning only this one, and because of this, it is going to be getting give the value. We'll see a
Okay.
few more scenarios for that. Okay, so these kind of scenarios will go with after event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now scenarios for best practice. Now we can see there is an object. Object name is sale entry, and object 2. accessories requirement from warehouse. Got it? So first object will, what are the options you'll be getting generally if you create any mobile sale entry? What are the options you'll be creating?
Mm,
So okay,
mobile
uh,
purchase or discount.
no, okay. If it is mobile sale, if you are creating mobile sale object, what are the fields you can be created? So mobile model,
And model, serial
price,
number, price,
and
year,
okay, year,
um,
dealer name.
dealer
Because
name.
any damage happened, that customer will come back to mobile shop and they'll ask something, right?
Mhm. Insurance also we can take.
Yeah, okay. Instead of that, okay, what we can take?
Serial number,
Okay, serial number. Next,
model is
if
there.
you go to mobile shop, can you buy only mobile?
No, charger. Chargers will come
Okay, next.
with that.
Okay,
And the
oh,
headphones
yes, yes.
also,
Okay,
earbuds also come.
yes. Accessories.
Mm.
Okay,
Screen protector or something like that.
so now in next object, directly you are giving accessories. So here again, coming to products like charger, headphones.
Data bank,
Next,
screen protector or case.
screen case, okay, etc. etc. So once here, when they're entering accessories, this one will here another record will be created or not in this object. It will be created, right? For buying
Mm-hmm.
this data bank.
Yes.
So if this is the scenario, we can see Samsung S8 required using email alert in workflow rule on object 2. Is it possible?
Samsung 8
So
required
here,
using
mobile model, you are giving Samsung 8.
Samsung 8.
Okay. When it is Samsung 8, when record is created Samsung 8, email alert has to create it in workflow rule on object 2. For what? See example here. User entered record
Mobile.
number, a record in object 1. I mean in models mobile cell. Now due to this, we need to create another record in object 2, record number 70, so that workflow rule email alert created on object 2 will take place to bring the stock to showroom. That means here, once accessory is mentioned as data bank, then they'll have to get email, and here record has to create it and they have to get email. So here can use before event or after event.
Before event.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. If we have the data bank in the accessory in the mobile cell,
Yes,
then
when
we
we have
update the
entered
tag.
here, then only it be workflow will be created, right?
Yes.
So that means we are going with before. Okay. So now same scenario for after event. So object mobile. So just now we discussed, right? Object mobile and fields brand name price. Yeah, same. Brand name. Okay. Mobile model. Okay. Brand name will give here. Brand name and price.
Price.
If brand name is Samsung, and we need to give 20 rupees discount only while sale happens in business.
Okay.
So this code needs to be written code with all the best practice with trigger and apex class. So we can go with before. Why before?
Because when we are selecting the Samsung, then they will give us a discount.
Okay. So here, can you tell me the scenario? Generally,
What's
see,
it?
see here for here for after event, what we have decided. If you don't want to work on those records, if you don't want to work on those records and you want to work on some other records, then we'll go with after event, right? So here, what is
Mm-hmm.
happening? While we are entering this record in this
So,
object, this object record is getting affected and they are getting workflow rule email to the person.
alert.
So that time we'll go with after event, not before. So if this is the case, when brand name is something Samsung and 200 rupees discount has to come. Same like Pulsar bike object. So we gave before event only, right, that one.
Yes.
So if this is the case, we'll go with before.
Okay.
So this is how we can decide events.
Okay.
So now there is a small test for you. Just go through with this trigger. You can see
Not
trigger, trigger name, object, and event.
object event. After
Okay,
insert, local organization on my object.
okay. So this is a trigger and this is a class. Now, as per your understanding, there are some
Mhm.
mistakes in this code. What are those? Can you identify
One is double equal to is not there.
where it is? So just
Mobile
first
class
check in
demo.
trigger. First check in trigger.
Mm, trigger is not there. Trigger name.
So in this trigger,
Trigger.
do we require
Trigger name.
this? As of now, we haven't write like this in trigger, right?
Yes.
And then remove this.
Okay.
Okay, next.
That's in the class also.
Okay, this is the first one. Okay, next. Okay,
Context variable.
yeah, context variable we can use it.
Okay.
So if it is after insert, what is the context variable for this?
Is after.
Okay, tell the full line. If trigger dot is after
Is after double equal to
true,
true.
okay,
Double and
okay,
trigger
okay, dot,
is after is
okay,
insert.
trigger dot is insert.
Trigger dot is insert. Double
Okay,
equal to true.
yes. So that is a context variable. So now coming to the 218 line, they're showing my object and apply discount and trigger dot volt. When can we use trigger dot volt?
After new.
Okay. So there trigger dot volt is merchant should or do we need to give trigger dot new?
Mm,
Okay, leave it about trigger. We'll see again. So coming to the class. Okay, in this class, what are the things we need to change here? That means, see, why I'm saying now you are a senior developer in the organization, and one of your junior write this code. So how will you guide them? That's what I'm asking. So if this is the class, just check class is correct or not.
class is correct or not.
Okay, for
Mm,
your understanding, I'll show
static
this one.
void
So
function.
this is the class. Okay, this is the class which we got
Mhm.
saved successfully in Salesforce. So this
Okay.
class started with public,
Class.
and here what they have started.
Private class.
What is this actually? Access specifier.
Access.
When it
Access.
is
Yeah.
public class, then only it can be accessing, right? If it is
Yes.
private, how can we access? So
Mhm.
now is this correct or not?
No, sir. Public is good.
Okay, public. Next.
Public class. Class name.
Okay, class name.
And
Okay, that's enough. Next.
it's private. Public. Static.
Yes. Why it
Void.
is public? Access specifier. If it is public, private, nothing can be accessible that function. Okay. So public, static,
Static.
void.
Void.
Next. Apply discount. What is
Function.
this?
Function.
Yes, same function. Okay.
Function. It is
I'll show this code for your understanding.
a discount list of website. As- enter.
Here, what we discussed, list of S object will get it
Yes.
every time, but not
Yes.
set objects.
Yes.
Not set S. Oh, every time we'll go with only list objects.
List of
So here, set should not be there. It has to list. Okay. Next here,
list. Mm, call the code. This is P by P. It's coming from public or private like that.
no, that will be same variable for each loop. Just remember for each loop.
Oh, okay. Mobile underscore.
Here, logic we are writing here. So what they're saying, if brand name is Samsung, directly they'll give 200 rupees
Private.
discount.
Yes.
Okay.
E.
Did you find any mistakes here? I don't think so. Mistakes are there here. And here, no, because Samsung only we asked. Okay. And here,
Brand name is private. Double equal to.
why double equal to?
If it is true, no.
Context variable, we can use it only in triggers, not in class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Only one context variable we can use like that. That is executing.
Yes.
Okay, only is executing context variable we can use in class. Remaining nothing can be used in class.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll show the correct code. As I said, context variable as per this event context variable is correct. But we are from first we are telling before insert why we are using. Once after inserting the record, then only we'll do it before insert.
Yeah.
But there we gave after insert, which is wrong. And one more, when it is before insert, here trigger dot bold will not come because it's a new record, right? Then trigger dot bold, how it will come?
You will come.
So trigger dot new. Okay.
Yes.
And context variable, you understood the logic of context variable. So if it is after insert, you said correct only. If it is before insert, see here, we have changed the insert before we have changed it, but value will be the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And coming to the
It,
class, so list we already said list collections only will take it, and
yes,
here
sir.
this line no changes. This line, no changes. And here colon was not there. See,
Yes,
colon was
yes.
not there. Got it? So this is
Yeah.
how we should decide what is the event, how can we find out the mistakes, and where we are doing mistake, etc., etc. So now compared with day for yesterday classes, now you'll be having some knowledge on classes and triggers. So I'll send same mail content to you. Just read this one. If it is possible, just type it in your own notepad, and then you can see what are the difference you are getting it.
Which one, sir?
These two. See
This.
here. Do one thing.
Mobile phone?
I'm sending this one, right? If it is possible, you can create objects and fields, and you can try to write triggers on this.
Mhm.
Try it at least, and I'll send this code again without seeing this code. Without seeing this code, just identify mistakes again. Now we have discussed, right?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow morning again, just check. Either you'll be able to identify the mistakes or not. We can see.
Okay.
Okay. And tomorrow we can see again test classes. How can we write test classes?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any doubts in this as of now?
No, sir. I want to watch it again, I think.
Better while you're watching the video, just write the trigger as well.